Do you have an intro song?
Yeah, dude, I got a fucking intro song, man. I got a fucking big intro song, dude. You want to see my intro song?
Yep.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
There it is.
That's good.
It's gonna go.
Wait.
It's gonna go now.
Oh, is this still part
Ladies
of the
and
intro
gentlemen,
song?
my guest today on Whiskey Ginger is Mr. Brent Morin, one of my favorite people in the world. And I say that for all my guests. So I do. So who knows? Do you think I mean it when I say that?
Yes, with me. I don't think you mean it with other people.
That is true. There's been 2 other people on the podcast, and I'll let you guys guess who I fucking didn't like that much. But Brent.
Chris?
Yeah. Ugh. That guy's a piece of shit,
So
dude.
rich and stupid
Look
looking.
at my fucking long hair and all my money, my long limbs.
Yeah, my little legs.
He's limby.
7 cars, probably.
7. He's got 7. You know what he needs to do is he needs to fucking hit the leg machine, dog.
Fuck you, man.
You fucking piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Brent, I do mean it when I say I love you because I've known you for a very long time in comedy. I know you very long time.
Very long, actually. But when we were still doing like bars and
We were doing bullshit
shithole
shows.
places.
And now
Yeah.
look at you. You just sold a show to NBC.
The NBC, yeah.
On top of the world.
We'll see.
You feel good?
I feel good. We have a notes call today, so we'll see.
What's the show about? Can you tell us?
I think I can. It was in the trades.
Hey,
yeah.
don't pull that bullshit on my podcast.
To be
okay?
honest, I felt bad about it. Cut it. It's
Got
basically
it?
just about it. Honestly, like the I got to get used to doing this. Obviously, if this show actually goes, it's basically about I play this guy who ends up he gets divorced.
It's a pass. I'm sorry,
Yes,
you guys. That's a
God
pass.
damn
That's it. Yeah,
That's
we
how I
gave you-
pitched it too. It's a workplace comedy multicam. I end up a character like me, who's recently divorced and has a daughter who lost his job.
Which is true for you.
I mean, in a
You're
lot of
recently
ways.
divorced and you got a daughter.
I think I have a daughter. I mean, she said she was, but I didn't believe her. I pushed her away.
What would your daughter be named? What would your daughter's name be? Fast. Gotta be
Delilah.
fast.
Delilah.
Delilah? What's your son's name? Go.
Boston.
Fast. Are you gonna name your kid Boston?
No, I can't. But that's a good name because you can't even make fun of that. Nickname it Boss. Boston. You know,
Bossy.
you need names you could yell. Delilah. You know what I mean?
Delilah's good.
That's a good yelling name.
Boston, get the fuck over here!
Boston. Put it down. Sorry, boss. You know, there's something good there.
Yeah, there's no way to turn that into a shit name.
Buster. I should name my
Buster?
kid
Come here, Buster. It's also your dog.
Boston. Buster. Brian.
Buster Boston. Boston and Delilah. My kids are going to be... what are my kids' name? My boy's going to be called Axe. A-X-E.
That's good.
And my daughter's going to be named No.
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 You're going to have an Asian wife?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Is that racist? What are we allowed to say anymore?
You, dude, you can be as racist as you want. All my fans are racist.
I could see it.
You know that. No, you could say whatever you want. You can say
Bullshit.
anything that you want, dude.
We'll get into that in a second, I think.
We'll get into all that good jazz.
Because I can't stand this shit anymore.
Give it to me right now.
All right, I will.
Right.
Why are we so PC?
Why?
I can't stand it.
I don't think we are. I think we're not that PC. I think what's really going on is the small amount of people that are sip that right in the mic. That's what they like to hear. The small minority of people that are yelling about something they're not the big people. They're not all the people.
Here's my problem.
Yeah.
This is something, and I'm not gonna name names because it'd be weird. But
Do
I
it.
have a friend who has a son, and he was dealing with some things at school, and like the argument that him and his one of his best friends was having. Basically, he accidentally, he didn't pants him or anything, pulled his pants down by accident, trying to get him to sit in a seat when they're around girls. And granted, you're preteen, teenager, you're always going to be scared of women. But didn't do anything, caused a huge fight. I'm going to go to the principal and say, you sexually assaulted me. They're throwing that word around. 13. And I'm going,
yeah.
And I'm thinking about the time when I was in 8th grade, and I'm in middle school, and my only knowledge of high school was all those teen movies that came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be the jock because I want the girls.
Totally.
So I bought those breakaway Chicago Bull pants and
Fuck
Laker
yeah,
pants
dude.
because I thought if I dress like I'm
Tearaways.
an athlete, then I'm an athlete. And I remember the prettiest girls in school were walking by me, and I was like, are they looking at me? Because sometimes you felt like they were, even if they're talking shit.
They usually
might be
weren't.
looking.
They were looking through you a little bit.
And my best friend, who's still my best friend to this day, I was best man at his wedding. He walks by me when these girls are looking at me and rips off my breakaway pants. My
Tight.
fault for wearing breakaways. And I still had Ninja Turtle underwear because it still fit my little penis. And so I kept it, and everybody laughed at me. We hung out that afternoon. This is somebody who just sits somebody down, and now they're in this big back and forth talk. And he's telling me this because he's like my pseudo nephew. And I was thinking, like, I've been in huge fistfights with my best friend where I've broken his collarbone.
Yeah.
And I go to his house later that night, and we're completely fine.
Yeah, but dudes do that.
I just think that I think the kids are getting so fucking sensitive, and they're
Do you think
becoming
they're
a
all
bunch of
pussies now? Yeah.
There's no, and it's so detrimental, I think, to the future because to their psyche in the future, because when one person actually insults you, like, or actually hits you or attacks you, you're gonna crumble. You're gonna shatter.
Yeah, I think you got to teach the kids that words don't mean shit.
Yeah.
But the pantsing people is a whole different thing. That was our generation. Pantsing someone was awesome.
Yeah.
I depants this kid Matt in my music class.
You had to.
Yeah, I had to do it, dude. He had sweatpants on. They were loose, not
Oh
tied.
yeah, you have to. I understood why he had to tear the.
Here's the thing
breakaways off.
about sweatpants that you're asking for, to get the pants.
Yeah.
If I can see that it's not tied because the strings are out over the top,
Sure.
dude, don't leave the door open if you don't want me to come in.
That's on you.
I depantsed Matt, and I got his underwear as well. If you could back
You
in the
got
day,
his underwear?
yeah, because
Oh,
back in the day,
that's good.
if you were able to get, because everybody back then wore tighty whitey, so if
Yep.
you were able to get a grip tight enough just right under his ass cheeks, I got right under his ass cheeks and ripped it right down. Like I could feel it, dude.
Yeah.
I grabbed the elastic, woof, ripped it out, and his little cock was just waggling around, and we all laughed. He didn't, but man,
How's he
was that
doing now?
fucking fun, huh?
How is he
He's
now?
in a psych ward in upstate in Illinois, man.
Well, you live and you learn.
Killed 13 people. No,
Well, I mean,
you know what?
that means to me that seems like he grew some confidence.
Yeah, he did. Well, he didn't grow a dick though. It's same
That's true.
size. He sends pics from
Penises
jail.
are always small when they're put out in public.
How are you? How is yours fine now?
It's okay. It's not a great cock.
What would you say? What would you say?
Average. I'm not insecure about it.
Yeah,
but
you're
it's
fine.
It's not something where I don't think a girl's ever gone, whoa.
Like you know the Randy Couture video that just came out of him jerking off. Do you know about this?
No.
You know who Randy Couture is,
Of
right?
course.
So Randy Couture has Pornhub has a video of him. I think he was
sad.
sending
I'm
it
gonna
to
have to
somebody.
look this up now.
Yeah, I know. I watched it too. But it's like him jerking off over the phone, and he's obviously sending it to some female or some shit.
Yeah.
And Rogan was like, "Is that how was it? Like, was that fucked up?" And I was like, you know what? He's not going to be happy about it being out, but he won't be mad.
Because it's a decent
His
penis?
dick's fine.
That's nice.
That's a good position to be in. If my dick leaked, if pictures, if pictures leaked, I'd be like, dude, that's a bummer, but I'm okay. As long as it was a
you
good
seem
pic.
like you have a good penis.
I got a very, very fine penis.
I have some sex tapes from some exes, and I still
One of
have
them is get a bigger dick.
Well,
Brent?
she said it.
First thing,
Yeah.
get a real cock.
But I was thinking, if this goes out, just the things I say and the way my penis looks, this is not a good look.
Do you send dick pics ever?
Never. I've
Never-
never sent a dick pic.
Never once?
This penis is a personality. It's not a shower. It's somebody who you could talk to.
You're a grower, not a shower?
I don't think.
Or you're not even a grower?
I think I'm more of a grower. I'm not a Bobby Lee situation here.
Oh,
so-
yeah, his is embarrassing.
Yeah, but it fits him.
Yeah, it does. It literally does. That bulbous belly he's got, that fucking big rice bowl on his
He
stomach.
looks like his penis.
He does. He
Which
looks
is
like
great,
his
which
little
is good
tiny
for him.
cute penis.
He has a beautiful, awesome girlfriend, so life's good.
Yeah. When I saw his dick for the first time
Yeah.
at the Comedy Store, I thought it was going to have one of those little like Asian rice patty hats on top of it. I thought it would just be on there.
I remember there was first time I saw his penis, because if you're friends with Bobby, you're going to see it. It
a
was
fact.
Years ago, I was in college too doing stand-up, and I was a buddy of mine, Vinny Oshana, who's another funny
He's
guy.
still around?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a funny comic.
You made it sound like he died.
Well, I didn't mean to. He's still fit. What does that have to do with anything?
Jesus, Brent.
I judge men by appearance.
I know you do.
Oh, he's doing well. Look at his body. Anyway, I remember he was doing this thing like, man, this hurts. And it was some weird thing he would do where he would act like he's like, oh, man, something hurts down here. And he'd pull out like his balls or something and act like it's inflamed and like grip it.
And squeeze it?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
now it's up and it'd be a funny joke. And Bobby saw that. He goes, how did you do that? And he told him. And then we all went to eat. And I remember we're back at the Improv getting our cars after we ate. Like,
Yeah.
places closed. And Bobby tries it. But his penis was small and he couldn't get... So his penis was out and he didn't know it was out. So he basically was just showing us everything.
His whole penis.
He goes, oh, look, my ball's swollen. And we look down. I go, your penis is
That's your
out."
penis, dude. That's not your balls. That's also your penis.
And the way he looked at us and with slight embarrassment, because he's never embarrassed. And he went, oh, like that?
Oh.
My bad.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I laughed so hard I threw my hat into the street. I've never done that before.
No, you love hats. You don't do that.
I know, especially,
Especially
if there's a breeze, I don't want my
No, fuck no.
head hair out there. Can't wait to get some awesome surgery, dude. I'm gonna look like Sonic the Hedgehog.
With the spikes?
Huge.
You spike it up?
And people are gonna be like, "What'd you do to your hair?" Nothing.
Sonic. I went to Mr. Sonic.
I got the Sonic.
My buddy in high school, Brian, this kid Brian, his like some people have stretchier nut sacks. I don't know how stretchy yours. Mine's not that stretchy. Mine's kind of stretchy, but like, dude, he used to be able to pull it and do over his legs. Do the flying bat or whatever the fuck it was called.
That sucks.
Yeah, but he could do that. I was impressed.
But see, I guarantee too, you felt a little insecure.
Well, dude, I felt
if he could do it, why can't I do it? Maybe I have.
It was
small
less
balls.
insecure and more about the fact that I couldn't believe he had so much sack skin. I was like, damn, dude, you got so much sack. But then I thought,
There's no kids in there.
Now that I'm older, I know that his sack now is like it's like a fucking duffel bag. Yeah, it's a never-ending sack.
It's gonna be horrible. Yeah, mine's cute.
Usually on this podcast we have a little drink because it's called Whiskey Ginger, but it's fucking earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And we fucked up. And for the fans that are mad that the last video we made didn't come out, this one's probably going to come out, and we're late today on uploading. But shut the fuck up. I've got stuff to do, and so does Brent.
Yeah.
So we're having coffee instead. But I do want to know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit on every guest the first time you got drunk. Do you remember the first time you got drunk?
Yeah.
You
First
do?
time I got drunk, I was late to the party. I was senior in high school, I think.
That's not that late.
17, 18.
I feel like that's pretty average. Most people
Yeah.
say that around then.
Yeah, I mean,
What did you want to get liquored up at 10?
Well, my
Dude,
first
I'm blacking out in 5th grade.
first drink was 8th grade, I think. My aunt gave me that at a
Once
beach house.
Once you tasted the sauce, boy, it was on.
Well, that I was like, ew. Well, actually, I shared a Mike Hard lemonade with my little brother. It was my little brother, who's a very flamboyantly gay man, even as a little child. And
We don't say gay on here, dude.
You're right, homo.
Yeah, it's a little homo, little
gender
homo,
something, blah blah
a little
blah.
fagonoid.
Yeah. Only you get away with that.
I love your brother, by the way. He's fucking awesome.
And he's always like this. So, and me and my cousin were too scared to ask my aunt for a drink because we were like, we're about to go to high school. We gotta
get one in. Yeah.
And so she walks out. We're like, quiet. And my little brother goes, Debbie, can we get a beer? And she's like, yeah, well, sure. So Brennan had a beer, and me and little bro shared a Mike's Hard. But I didn't get drunk.
You ripped a
until,
Mike's Hard, though.
Yeah, I didn't.
That won't get you drunk.
No,
You'd have
I
to
didn't
have
get
like
drunk
6
until
of
I
those.
was a senior in high school, and that was.
What was it on? Do you remember the liquor?
That was beer. And I
Yeah, it was
remember I
beer.
didn't
Okay,
like
not
it.
liquor.
Yeah, they were like, dude, have some beer. And I'm
Hated
like,
it.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I gave in the peer pressure. There were girls came over too. It was a buddy's place.
Did you ever steal liquor? Did you ever do that?
No.
How'd you get it when you were in high school? Was it, hey, mister?
Friends had it because my house was a dry house. Nobody had booze in my house.
But did you ever go play Hey Mister? You know what that is, right? Where you go ask people outside of a grocery store. You're like, hey, mister, can you go get me some fucking beer?
No.
You never did that?
I grew up in Connecticut. So, I mean, my parents weren't rich, but I had rich friends.
Yeah.
And so they had wine cellars or,
Oh, shit.
Or they had like full on cabinets.
Connecticut,
where
all that
dads
white
are always
money.
on business trips.
Right,
So.
right. They're always gone fucking
Yeah.
their mistresses and their second families. We played Hey Mister all the time. Hey Mister was my favorite. You just chill outside of a grocery store. Because in Chicago, you can sell alcohol at grocery stores. Some places
Yeah.
they can't do that.
Uh-huh.
Can they do that in Connecticut? Can you say sell booze at grocery stores or no?
Some of them you can. And
Yeah.
then you can't you can't sell booze on Sunday.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Because it's God's day.
God invented it.
I know.
I never understood
Water
that.
to wine.
Like in the see, he was
Yeah.
he was telling you, he's like, dude, this stuff is gonna fix a lot of your issues and cause more. But ABC stores in the South, that's what my dad grew up with. In
Yeah.
the South, ABC stores, you got to get government regimented liquor stores. You can't get liquor on Sundays. God's day. So you know what they do?
What?
They stock the fuck up on Saturday.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're not going to stop people. It's like closing the bars at 2 will save you. It's like, no, man, you're just going to black out faster.
Yeah, just legalize everything, by the way.
Let it all
I mean,
go.
alcohol is the only withdrawal that could actually kill you, by the way.
Heroin, crack.
None of that
let's-
could kill you.
Let's have it. I bet
mean,
it can.
You could hallucinate, and then you can have, like, seizures. But
You don't think a heroin withdrawal can kill you?
No, I think the only one that actually can kill you from withdrawal is alcohol.
Shuts down your body?
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? We don't have anybody do research on this, but I can't wait till we get comments and people are like, that ain't right.
Can I also tell you something? I'm the kind of guy who watches a trailer of like a World War II documentary, and
Yeah.
I know everything about it. So I'm basing this off zero facts.
Yeah, no fact. No
But
fact.
I committed to that pretty good, huh?
You did. You sold me halfway.
I do it all the time.
You know, it's like if you go in a public restroom or like at a bar, at a bathroom, and they give you like there's an ad above the urinal and has like weird statistics on it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like 14% of people who drink at bars end up in car accident, whatever.
Yeah. Why do they have that at a bar?
Because they don't want you to drink and drive.
Well, and you know what? They're just saving their ass. They don't care if you drink or drive. They don't care what you do.
They wouldn't have parking lots at some bars.
Yeah. It's an establishment for them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
There
means.
should be a drinking and driving bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know in Arizona they have drive-through liquor stores. Have you
Yeah.
ever been to those? Mm-hmm. So fun.
Yeah. been to
When we
those.
were in college, we used to do that shit all the time. We would pull up in a pickup truck. You'd order a keg of Natty Light for like
Natty Light.
or Keystone Light. No, I'm not kidding. When I was in college, back in 1962, when I was in
That would've been
college,
a good time to go.
oh man, when I was in college at Arizona State, there was a drive-up liquor store right next to, literally right next to campus, and my roommate at the time had a pickup truck, and we'd go up in a keg of Natty Light or Keystone.
Yeah.
was $39.99.
Yeah, Natty Ice.
40
was
American
it Natty
dollars.
Ice or Natty Light?
Natty Light. Natty Ice was more expensive because Natty Ice was Natty Ice is higher in
I
booze
remember
content.
just drinking that all the time in college. That
Yeah,
was
man,
the big
garbage.
The fact that we're calling it Natty Light is how much we were drinking.
I don't.
that.
It's around, I'm sure.
I think it is.
But now college kids are like, I'll take an IPA. I don't think
I
anybody
know.
drinks dog shit beer anymore.
No, they don't drink dog shit beer anymore. They can't make fun of their friends anymore.
They can't make fun of their friends. They can't drink bad beer,
No.
and they all have to.
They're all part of a movement.
Yeah, and the way that they smoke pot now is really lame. I've smoked pot for 20 years of my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I like smoking a little bit of pot sometimes.
Sure.
But now the kids, with the way that they dab and all this concentrate, come on, dude. It's always so funny to me. It's like it's always like poor kids. This is mean. It's always like poor kids with no money that are like, I'm gonna fucking smoke 9 grams of weed, dude. It's like, just smoke one and have money. Then.
Yeah.
You don't need to get
Yeah.
that fucking high that you just bake yourself for an entire afternoon.
true.
Get a little high on a
Yeah.
little bit of flour
Yeah.
and be good.
Yeah.
I don't know why the new culture wants to smoke so much pot. I sound like my fucking dad.
Isn't it amazing how
You're smoking too much pot.
You get a little older, and then all of a sudden you kind of take over some things that your parents did.
Dude, so many things.
I mean, I don't have a family or a love or a wife or a girlfriend, but or anybody to rely on me.
you have nobody.
I could disappear and no one would know for weeks.
Hey, I would know. I would know. I would notice.
That's true.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Where's
I'd be
Brent?"
sad. I go, "Where the
no,
fuck
you
is
know
Brent?"
what? It would take longer for you guys because you'd be like, "Oh, he's got to be on the road or something." Maybe
No,
shoot a movie.
Dalia would text me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dalia would text me and go, "Have you seen Brent?" And then it would click. But you'd have been dead in the mountains for weeks by that time.
100%. Yeah. You know what it would be? It would be I would have like a THC soda because I have no idea what that is. I'd be like, "What is this thing?" And then next thing you know, I would jump.
You know, Brent drove out to Joshua Tree and killed himself. What? Yeah, one THC soda killed him.
He wrote a book, although he only wrote like one paragraph and the rest are just pictures. I'm like, what? Yeah, he wasn't a really focused guy.
No, not the smartest friend we have, but a really sweet dude.
Really good guy.
Oh, but you know
Really
what?
sweet.
We jumped for a second. Your first time you got fucked up on beer, and your aunt gave it to you. Or
No.
How did you get it?
That was like my buddy Drew and Alan, and like everybody was boozing. Then they're like, you got to drink. I was so scared to drink because I like looked up to my father so much, and my dad has been sober 34 years. So
Has he really?
Yeah. So I mean, he was sober before I was born. So
Damn.
so the house was dry. and
Was it
he-
because you were born? Like a lot of times,
That
the
was-
wives are like, "No more boozing when we have kids."
Well, that was definitely a part of it. That was something my mom did say when he held me. He was like a different man.
You're the
Like,
oldest.
No,
No, you-
I
that's
have,
right.
I have a brother that's 8
That's right.
years
You have
older
an
than me.
older brother.
Yeah,
That's right.
My parents took a break, and then either way.
Dude, that's tight.
But he would scare the shit out of me, so I never broke curfew.
Right.
He was a dad. He wasn't a friend. And then he would tell me if I ever catch you drinking, you're not going to college, which I was like a little counterproductive.
But also, you
send
might
me
not have gone to college anyway because you're an idiot.
I was a fucking moron. I spent 5 of my 7 classes senior year at a desk in the hall. That's true.
Really?
Oh yeah. By the
because
time,
you couldn't stop fucking around.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
by then I didn't care. I knew I was going to LA. I knew what I was going to do, and I was like, I just want to be in the hall. So they would set me up in the hall and give me assignments. And then my little brother's like going for valedictorian. He's a doctor now, and so he'd see me in the hall going, well, look who it is. Somebody couldn't cut it in class. I go, shut up, Matt. I want to be in the hall. Did you finish your little assignments? And I go, shut up. Why don't you go compete with another Asian girl for valedictorian?
And
He's
he-
always friends with
and
Asian
he
kids.
did. Yeah, and he did, and he won. Oh, he lost?
Yeah, he lost to somebody named Chung or something. And that's
Chung?
not racist. Her last name is Chung, I
No,
think.
it probably was. It's Connie Chung.
Maybe
Your brother
it was Williams. Maybe I am racist. I don't know.
It is.
Who knows?
It was a white dude.
Yeah, so I had to act like I would be like, I'm going to the movies and I'm sleeping at Alan's place. I always said movies. I couldn't say I was going to a party.
Well, the movies was great because back in the day, if you went to a movies, you could kill 2 or 3 hours of dead time when your parents were like, I guess they're just in the movies.
yeah. My dad was like, now as an adult, and I talked to him about that stuff, he goes, I know you weren't at the movies.
Never.
He goes, there's not that many movies in the theater.
Nah.
He goes, and you weren't at Alan's house. I knew you were at this house. And I was like, oh, because I thought he would like.
He's like,
snap.
Alan moved 6 years ago. Also, the movie thing was funny. It was like, if you had to meet somebody at the fucking movies and you were like, dude, a movie's at 7:30, and you got there at 7:30 and nobody was there, and you're like, guess I'm just watching this movie. Because there was no way to fucking be like, yo, are you
I
guys
used
not
to
at the
skip
thing?
school to go to the movies by myself. Like,
Did you?
I would leave my little desk in the hall sometimes, and because by senior year,
I love the image of you. I love the image of you in a fucking hallway doing shit, and all the security guards are like, "What up, Brent?" Like
Yeah.
everybody knows you because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
your space.
I was sent to the office like I'd say like 80 something times senior year.
Principal's office?
Oh yeah, but I used to go down there, and I never got in trouble. Because,
Did you ever get suspended?
No. I would. They wouldn't even reprimand me. My vice principal, who was like the disciplinary, she was so impressed with my ability to sing and dance and do stupid things.
Yeah, you are a multi-hyphenate.
So I would just go in and I would do jokes with all the secretaries and then the vice principal.
So you'd use the cuteness and ruse them up, and so
Yeah,
they'd be like, "We
Brent's
this guy."
back. Like, Brent, do something. What happened this weekend? And then they would ask me to sing and stuff.
You're looking at
Yeah.
Mr. Suspension, dude. I got fucking clipped constantly. Dude, I got clipped so much, it was insane. The one time, this girl moved from England, this girl Lisa.
Yeah.
And she moved from England, and, you know, I was such a piece of shit. It was like my freshman year, and I was mocking her on the bus, you know, and I would just like do her accent and be
Yeah,
this
for
goofy,
sure.
bad British
And you're good at
accent.
accents.
Yeah, and so the whole bus would laugh.
Yeah.
And then the fucking bus driver was like, "You boys, me and these two twin brothers."
It's always twins.
Dude, it's always
They're
twins.
either dorks or they're bullies.
Yeah, but by the way, they were both. They were like dork bullies. And they made us sit. She made us sit at the front of the bus, right? And we sat at the front of the bus, and then while we were doing that, we had a bunch of the fucking loose leaf paper.
Yeah.
And we were writing jokes and phrases on it, and we would hold it up so the whole bus would laugh. And it was all sorts of filthy, mean, fucked up shit. You know,
Yeah.
like Lisa Johnson eats bangers and mash. Like Lisa Johnson ate my banger and mash or whatever the fuck it was. And we'll have to blank that name. Should have said a full name. No, this is years ago. What the fuck is it?
You know what? Fuck it. She's fine. Also, there's a lot.
She's a
of
grown
them.
up. Yeah, she's a grown up now. But anyway, the point is, we're writing all these fucking mean signs at the back of the bus, you know, to these bad British jokes, you know, like
Yeah.
I want to eat her crumpet, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. It was so bad. And of course, we get off the bus. I take mine in my backpack. One of the fucking dipshit twins leaves
Yeah.
some of them on the bus.
Uh-huh.
Bus driver notices what's going on. She takes them to the principal's office. The next day, we get called in. The dean's office. And dude, I'm not kidding. On my fucking mother. This was the best suspension I've ever had because he had a stack of these fucking papers.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You think this is funny? Belittling someone? You think this is funny? You think this is what you guys think is good and cool?" He goes, "I'm going to read every one of these off. And for every time you laugh, it's a day of suspension." Come on, bro. You think I'm not going to laugh when the dean of the school is saying I want to eat Lisa's crumpets and shit? I want to munch her crumpets? He's sitting there reading all these off. And they're filthy. They're getting filthier and filthier, you know? We're losing it. Well, but I'm
also,
loving
do you
it.
think that he thought that would go, like, that backfired on him, and he had dinner with his wife later that night, and he goes, "Man, I really thought I was going to get through to these kids," and I started reading these jokes off.
no.
Well, what were they? Well, let me read them to you. You tell me if these are funny. And she's laughing, too. He goes,
Yeah, she's losing it.
It's
No,
pretty
it's
good.
pretty funny
It's
shit,
not
man. Those
bad."
kids are funny. No, he knew. He knew we could. You know when you hold in a laugh in school and it hurts, but it feels so good. Do
Uh-huh.
you remember that
Oh,
feeling?
yeah.
You'll
Oh,
never
yeah.
have that ever again. By the way.
No.
That's youthful shit.
And there were always the kids, like my best friend. Well, he ended up, like, his family had money, so he was such a mess up in middle school that they sent him to, like, a nice, fancy boarding school.
Oh yeah.
which
Isn't that
was-
funny when you fuck up that you go somewhere nicer?
Yeah, like that.
It's kind of like when you become a drug addict. They're like, you get out to Malibu and fix yourself. You're like,
I can't wait
"What?"
to do that.
Yeah, dude.
I
I'm gonna-
always say, I need my show to be a hit before I can go to Malibu and enjoy that.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
When the worse off in life you get if you have money, they're like, you got to go figure this out, but you got to do it in a very nice, clean,
Yeah.
safe,
With
expensive
4 meals
place. Yeah.
and brunch on Sundays
And
Oh,
yoga.
Yeah, and then go back to your place. That's why people relapse. They're like, this place sucks.
I want to go back.
I'm gonna go back. But I remember I used to hold in laughs with him because he didn't care, and like he was more ballsy than me. And so
Yeah.
it would always be authority figures he would go after. And then of course, because his family had money, he was able to go to a nice fancy school. And
He got out of
degree.
everything, right? When you got money, you can get out of
Well,
everything.
yeah, you just send your kid to like a $40,000 a year overnight boarding school, and then you end up, they pay till you get good grades. You go to a nice school.
Was your town small enough? Because I know you came. It's not that big of an area, right?
No, where I came from wasn't, and it was my
Like how many
parents
people
are-
do you think are in the town? Like,
it wasn't that bad actually, because I think my graduating class was like 1,200 or something.
oh
or
shit,
more.
for real?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's more than I thought.
Yeah, it was bigger. My parents were inner city high school teachers, but everybody around us was like people that would go to New York or Boston, because we were like an hour and a half from both.
What's the name of the town again?
South Windsor.
South Windsor.
I made my best
It even
friend.
sounds like you have the.
You know what I
South
loved about it?
Windsor.
Wikipedia. If you Wikipedia South Windsor, I'm a notable resident. Like
Are
they
you?
have all these old school like 1816.
Man, there must have been nobody from there.
No, there's like old school people I probably should have learned about. That like not Ben Franklin, but one of those types.
Alan Wakefield invented the
Yeah.
candle in
Yeah.
South Windsor, and Brent Morin
You
He's
know
a
what? Did you
TV
see?
boy.
You see me trying to think of a name? I couldn't think of one. Timothy. I was gonna say Chalamet. Fuck.
You only do famous people that you already know.
Man, I gotta read. I was thinking about this. I have to start reading.
Yeah, no. I think I like the where you're at. I like where you're at mentally. Look, Brent, you're not gonna get any smarter, but you're not gonna get dumber.
That's true, and I'm okay with. I could fake it pretty well.
Yeah, look at how far you've gotten.
Can I tell you something? I've learned this. There's something about, and I know people at home will think this too. Like when you're, because we've both been on television, we've both done talk shows, we've both been comedians and entertainers, and
Yep.
they probably think like, oh man, girls, they must come up to you and blah blah blah, because we're cute guys.
Cute guys, dude.
Here's what
Big
I
time.
learned. My brother being a doctor, I've been trying to find somebody that isn't an actress or a model today in my life.
Right.
And so I was like, well, what if I meet a doctor? Learned this. I met this girl through my brother. He introduced me to some doctors, and I said, what's her deal? And my brother goes, no. And I go, why? He goes, you're a clown. She does surgery.
Yeah.
And I realized, other circles, we're jesters.
We're
they
bullshit.
don't give a shit about
Yeah.
us.
Well, to
she
us,
can't
we
go to
are.
her surgery buddies and be like, so what's your husband do? He's a comedian. Can you pass the scalpel? What did you say? Well, he tells jokes about his dick. Can you just there's no way. How am I going to get a doctor?
While she's washing her hands, you know how they do by the sink. It's like,
Yeah.
so I heard you got married. Like, It's like, who'd you get married to? He's entertainment industry. What? What is it? He's in entertainment industry. Oh,
On a show on Dateable. What was that? Nothing.
they name all your credits.
He was on Chelsea lately when I was around.
Eight and a half hour on Comedy Central is viewed by 9 people.
He's
a good
in
dude.
Strip
You're gonna
mall
love
in San Antonio right now doing shows. Could you pass?
Yeah, you can't. That's also true.
I
Yeah,
know.
but I talked about that yesterday to somebody about how like people think they have money in the entertainment industry. You know,
Yeah.
like, and people at home, there's a lot of people that think like everyone that acts that's on TV is a multi-millionaire.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, bro, opposite. In fact, real money.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this when I first moved to LA. I was like at like a party with like
Sure.
UCLA kids or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
And another kid had said to another kid, he's like, what does your dad do? And the other guy goes, my dad's in plastics. That's it. I'm in it.
That's a lot of
When
money.
you're in it, what is that
Yeah.
even fucking? It's
Yeah.
not like
It's in plastics.
Yeah, you're not like my dad. Like from the Midwest, he'd be like my dad works for Rubbermaid. You know, like
Yeah.
he makes the tops for Tupperware. You
Yeah.
know, no, this guy's like my dad's in plastics, which
Yeah.
means my father fucking owns plastics.
Oh, yeah.
That's real money.
It's real money. I've been around. I've had the same thing. Something happens in our business where people think, oh, man, you must be doing well. First off, when you're on the road, I would love any girl I've ever hooked up with on the road. Come see my apartment.
Which is about 2 or 3.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Well, I lie about a lot of them. I didn't know how to do this. I
Yeah,
lie.
you threw up the mic.
I didn't know how to. But I was like, just, you know what? You think you're like, I'm going to get you out of this small town. Come see my apartment.
Come
And
see my
bring
small
some
town.
quarters for the laundry. Like, because I've hung out with people who come from money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Have you
It's
ever
completely-
fallen in love on the road? By the way, have you ever, in the sense of have you ever met a girl that you hung out with that you were like, wow, dude, fuck. I mean, I don't know, maybe.
Yes, but that's atmosphere for me because I'm I'm a hopeless romantic, and I think not in the greatest way. I think I've romanticized movies as a kid.
Yeah.
And so, like, if I'm in a place like New York in the fall, or when I was in London,
Right.
I could go and I meet somebody pretty, and we go on a bike ride, and I'm like, I'm staying. Like, I've had many moments where I go, I'm staying.
You're a Hallmark Channel,
Yeah.
bro.
And then-
This is a movie from the Hallmark Channel.
and then you try to communicate when you get home, and then you're like, this isn't.
The man from the big city comes out to just little town us.
You know, when Chris and I used to go, Chris Delia, by the way, for everybody at home. It's not Delia. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's got an apostrophe in his name. It's
Delia.
stupid.
It's Delia.
Delia. We used to do this thing like when I was opening for him, like way back, and we were
Yeah.
playing like little shitholes, like terrible towns. We used to have this running joke where we'd be like walking through the mall because there's nothing else to do when
Right.
you're in a small town. You go to the mall,
Walk around.
So we're walking around the mall, and it'd be like a shitty mall with shitty people, and everybody's ugly, and I'd be
Oh,
walking.
dude, you're making fans all over the country.
I'd be walking. I didn't say the place. I'd be walking, or Chris would be walking, and one of us would stop and go, like, Chris would go, Brent. And I go, where are you? And I turn around, I go, what? And he would go, I'm staying. I go, Chris, no. He goes, I'm staying, Brent. And we would do that
That's so
all the
funny.
time. Like,
I'm
we'd stay at a
staying.
shitty condo, and it'd be a terrible pool with, like, fat kids, and name the place. And
Guess that town.
be floating around, and I'd hear, Brent, and some kid's probably pissing next to him. I go, what? And he goes, I'm staying. And it became a running joke to me.
What's the shittiest place you guys performed together? Do you remember?
know.
You don't have to
No.
dump on the place, but what was like the worst experience?
Well, you know what? I would have to. He when I was like back then opening for him, I don't really remember playing a really shitty, like a terribly shitty.
It was
place
still
with
you were
him.
still in good shape.
I've played terribly shitty places,
Right.
You know,
but when you guys were
more.
together, it was like fine.
Yeah, he still was always selling tickets, so he was. I
yeah.
don't remember a time when he wasn't.
That's true. Did you ever do Tribble runs? Did you ever do those?
What's that?
Oh, you don't know that?
No.
Tribble run was this guy. He created a bunch of like BC rooms for kind of like up and coming comics who had barely enough time, and they were like speckled across the Northwest. So like you could make a run to like go through like Reno and Wyoming and all sorts of like South Dakota and like a bunch of that. Montana had a room. I did that. This Tribble run fucking twice. I think I did it 2 times, and it was the most miserable shit on the planet. I actually lost money because I got 2 speeding tickets.
Really?
Yeah, one going up, one going down. Cried in my car, and then I did whippets with locals in Nevada.
Well, you have to.
Ended up under a pool table. It was like one of the worst nights of my life.
I remember all
Some
those
cute
times.
chick was like, "You do MTV?" Yeah,
You
I do
MTV?
Yeah, I do MTV.
Oh, so this is Punk time?
Yeah, it was when I did
Oh,
Punk'd,
wow.
yeah. Yeah, when I did Punk'd. You do MTV? I said, yeah. And she goes, you want to get high with us? I said, definitely. I went,
Definitely. Anything to forget this.
Yeah, whatever I can do to blank out from being here. And I remember fucking sitting in my motel
Yeah,
room.
motels. The motel times.
Oh,
I remember
dude,
those.
and I opened the fucking curtains and I looked out and it was a Coke machine. That's where my window was a Coke machine. It was the saddest shit. Dude, it was so fucking depressing. Jerking off was sad. Do you know what I mean? Like, even,
where you're kind of outside yourself, thinking about like
so depressing.
Like you're thinking like it even gets to a point where you start thinking about like old friends going, I wonder what Brent's doing right now, and you're in a motel with the sound of a Coke machine outside and just playing with your little penis with bad internet.
The hum of a Coke machine when a windstorm was blowing through the desert as I'm jerking off. Just sad. So sad. This is before internet porn on your phone. I didn't have my laptop. I was broke as shit.
Yeah.
I'm jerking off to the hum of a Coke machine, the wind whipping across the window in a motel in the middle of fuck off Nevada.
Yeah.
And I'm crying a little bit. Even my jizz didn't want to come out. My jizz was like, this is pathetic. We're staying in the nuts. We're staying in the nuts.
We don't want to stay here.
Yeah, don't kill us here. This is embarrassing.
I could have been a doctor.
I could have
it's
been
like
a doctor.
Slow cum comes out just.
Yeah, he's sad.
Hey.
That's
Even
what
the
it's
penis is sad.
Hey.
Yeah, you know when you know
girls don't know about that.
Nah, you know when you're depressed
People don't know.
and you're trying to jerk off because you're like, I got to get this out because I want to maybe feel a little something.
Yeah, something nice.
And the moment that you come, your dick goes soft. That's how you know you're depressed. Like the
Yeah.
moment you come, your dick's like, fine, I'm done.
Yeah,
it goes right back to bed.
I like that your penis is gay.
Fine, I'm done.
See, this is why I couldn't date a doctor.
No,
Can you
yeah,
imagine
because with this kind of bullshit.
conversation
Yeah.
at a restaurant.
Please. No, but those days that I think doing those shitty rooms are so good for you. That whole
so
joke,
good,
that whole like I'm staying. Man, does that make you? That humanizes
It's great
you.
when you have a buddy. Like
Humbles
he was
you.
able. Like now I get to go on the road and like I mean Jason Collins I get to bring, and it's great when you have a buddy because even if it's like a shitty ticket sale, 'cause
Doesn't
that's
matter.
the big thing we think about now. It's like, man, I want to sell tickets.
Fuck
You
yeah.
know, in some cities you do, and markets you're like, oh, okay, that's good.
Right.
We all want to get there, and it will happen, but it happens at different times for people. It's nice when you have somebody like Jason is the best ball buster, so he'll be like, dude, it is packed out there. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, take a look. And then I look, and it's like
50 people.
15 people, and he goes, it's pretty good for you, right? And I go, damn it, Jason. He goes, no, it's okay. It's all right. You should quit.
You need that.
Yeah,
we
you
need
need
our
that.
friends to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
He's been opening for Russell Peters, right?
Yeah, that
I see pictures of him at like arenas and shit.
Now he's playing like where the Raptors play, and it's good because he's going to do the next leg of the tour, and like he's just somebody. He's one of the people that's so talented that I'm like. But he started older, and this business
he started
discriminates age.
And I do. He started at 66 years old. That's
66,
nuts.
and
Yeah.
he ages well. He's got president hair, so I don't really feel
His
bad for
kids
him.
could be president now. They're over 50. His kids are. No, hey, are you doing a big tour in 2019? Are you going out or no?
I'm trying to.
Because you got to work on the show. So if the show goes, you're gonna have no time to
If
go
the
out.
show goes, I'm not going to have time, but I'm going to try because I want to shoot my next hour.
Yeah.
At some point in the summer. That's what I really want to do.
Don't rush it.
Well, it's been it's been over 2 years.
So what?
2.5 years. I know, but I have something to say out there, dude.
Okay, that's
I've been
more.
reading not like books,
I know you haven't been reading.
but synopsises of stuff, and I got things to say.
You look at abridged versions of Twitter quotes. I know that.
I was thinking about doing it. I was just thinking about the next special wouldn't be this, but I want to do a special where I want to call it reading, and it's where I actually read like the stuff that's on the summer book list, that people had to read.
But you don't read the books.
No, I actually do this time because I
Okay.
never used to read the books.
Brent.
I used to speed read. Did you speed read?
All the time.
Where you read the first... Well, no, it didn't work that way for me. I'd read the first and last paragraph of every chapter, and then you read the first sentence of every paragraph in between.
Cheat read.
Oh, okay.
Cheat read. Speed read is
Well,
when you put your
explain.
finger... Have you ever seen this?
Oh, yeah.
That's like a legitimate way to read. If you just put your finger on the words and go over them,
Can't.
you'll pick up
Dyslexic.
every
I end up
4
going
words.
backwards.
Oh, Brent, you don't know how to...
Well, I mean, I'll
good
be
in-
on page 10. I
be
go
good in
back to
China.
page 1. But then, bam.
Oh,
Look at
no.
that bit, huh?
We'll be right back after this commercial break. No, get the fuck out of here.
From Triscuits.
But so if the show goes, you'll have to stick around. You won't be able to do it.
Yeah, which would be nice because I could probably, like, it's impossible to, like, you know, build any kind of relationship with anybody when you're a traveling gypsy.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
sucks.
Like,
It fucking sucks.
I mean, it's okay now because I'm back to, like, full single Brent, and that's fun because
Full
like,
single Brent.
yeah, because now it's like I definitely want, like, the next person to be somebody I, like, actually have a freaking thing with and, like, maybe have a family with one day. I would like that.
What's your longest relationship?
2 years, you know?
That's like the average length, I think, for quote unquote long. When someone's like,
Yeah.
my longest is 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's
And then
always,
you gotta-
it's always 2 years.
And your ex died, so that's a crazy thing. That's why it ended.
I killed her.
No,
Whoops.
No, stop.
No, she's
but
alive and flourishing.
she's alive. She's great. So
Bitch. No, we're friends. I hope she's doing well.
she's not watching this shit anyway.
No, I know.
So
She's probably hanging out with some hot guy.
oh come on, you were a hot guy.
You know what's so fucked up? I actually
You're
took
a
that as a
hot guy.
compliment.
You're a
like,
hot
I
guy.
actually was like, was I?
Was I a hot guy?
Back on a stupid diet. I hate everything. You
Yeah,
get
yeah, you're-
older and then all of a sudden weight can go on so easily. I hate
You're not
this.
drinking or you don't
Not
eat.
drinking right
let
now.
me blow your spot up because I texted
Yeah.
Brent. Me and Dalia were going out to get something to eat, and I texted Brent and I said, "Hey, let's go get a coffee or food." And he said, "I can't eat before 2."
Yeah, I can't. I'm fasting.
Imagine what your friends back home would say. What would the Boston people say about that?
They're dead. The Connecticut folk.
Dude,
I don't
you
know,
got,
they all got jacked.
Dude, what do you
and
mean you
have
can't
tattoos.
fucking eat before 2, bro? Fuck that, dude. Fucking, I eat 40 pancakes before 2 p.m.,
See,
bro.
how are you not in a movie that takes place in Boston?
Because, dude, Matt Damon won't answer my fucking phone calls.
You could have been in Stronger. Oh, was that the name of it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It could have been in that.
But this sounds like anything else when someone's like, "Hey, man, how come you're not in movies?" That's kind of like how my aunt was like, "How
Oh,
come
you're right.
How
Actually,
come
that
you don't do
pisses me
Ellen?"
off.
You're like, "How come I don't do Ellen?" Fucking, you know.
Honestly, you're 100% right. That is exactly what people say to me.
How come you don't?
you're not in a Marvel
Go
movie?
to Marvel. By the way, have you seen? You know, Ellen has a new stand-up special.
I haven't seen it. I saw a clip and it actually looked funny.
No, I haven't. Not seen it, but you saw that it's out. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming out. Yeah, yeah. The New York Times put out an article yesterday that was like, it was great bait. It was great bait. By the
Yeah.
way, New York Times, shout out, great fucking clickbait. It said Ellen DeGeneres is not as nice as you think she might be. And,
Oh.
and by the way, then you open the fucking article because I was like, oh shit, is it going to say some juicy
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
Nah, it's an interview with her
Yeah.
where she basically says, I can't be happy and dancy all the time. You know, fans come up to me and sometimes I'm like, I'm not in the
Yeah,
mood to
for
be
sure.
Yeah. But that's not what I wanted to fucking
Great
hear.
clickbait. You're right.
Yeah, I wanted to hear someone go, yeah, dude, she's a fucking asshole. Like,
Yeah,
I wanted to
yeah.
hear that kind of
Sure.
juice, you know? But they also did quote her money line, too. She was making $85 million a year.
What's that like?
You know what
Do
it's
you
like?
think you could ever-
And she's married to fucking Portia de Rossi. You know how great she lives like every teenage boy wants to live. That's like,
Yeah.
I married Portia de Rossi. I make $85 million, and I just get to dance and fuck
Yeah.
around on TV and,
I
have
drive
a good time.
Porsche.
Porsches.
or Porsches.
Ellen's living that life. I hope the special's good, man. It's cool to see some people come back and do comedy specials.
Yeah,
I think
people
some
like
of
her
them are
that have
going to
been
be.
doing it. There were road comics for 20 years. That I'm cool. Like that, I'm always excited.
She's
to
a
see.
she is a
Yeah,
comedian.
that's what she
Yeah,
is
that's
a
how she
comedian,
started.
and she did it for 20 years, playing all the shitholes we played.
Yeah.
and play.
Still
not
play.
Just past.
And this
Tense.
weekend I'll be at.
What I can't fucking stand. And
Yeah.
it's definitely like I don't care that much because I end up telling myself, who cares, Brent? I can't stand that stand up on paper is so easy. It's a mic and a stage.
Yeah.
That actors just start showing up at places that we spent 6 years to be.
Go ahead and
paid
name a
regulars
name.
at.
Who? Come on. Do it.
Piven.
Who?
Piven.
Piven's bothering you.
I mean, I haven't seen his act, but it's the idea that like, okay, I get it. If you want to try it, you want to do it.
Yep.
Fine. That's
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, whatever fame you have lasts about 3 minutes, and then you got to be funny.
Right.
But the fact that you're on this Saturday show at a top club, or it's like, really?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like,
That people just do it kind of for fun.
yeah, and then they I did. I'm a comedian. It's like, no, you're not. You know.
You had to say I could just do. I'll do it.
No, I don't know if Piven tours or whatever. I don't know his stuff.
I think he does tour. I think he does tour, huh?
I'm using him as an example because I see it happen. You'll see actors that just get on stage.
Yeah.
And they might get a laugh.
Chris Hemsworth, he's touring, dude. He's doing the improvs. No, I'm kidding.
To be honest with you, that
he would crush.
the fucked up thing is I'd be such a hypocrite because I'd want to be friends with him so bad.
Oh, what do you mean? Yeah.
He looks so cool.
Who's your most famous friend?
Most famous friend, Prince? No.
He's dead, Brent.
What?
Didn't know the guy that just found out?
Who is my most famous friend?
Or who's the most famous person that you've kicked it with that you're like, I can't believe I'm kicking it with fucking XYZ?
Well, I mean,
The rapper,
honestly,
XYZ.
athletes they're my
Athletes
favorite.
athletes,
like Blake
yeah.
Griffin. I
Blake's
know a little
cool.
bit.
Yeah, Blake's cool.
You
Well, he
know.
does fucking stand up. See, there you go.
Yeah, but he's an athlete. It's different to me.
That's so funny.
But you know,
the lines that we draw.
Yeah, as a straight male,
Because I seen him get on
athletes
stage and
away.
do stand up.
Here's the thing with him though. He's funny, but what I like about him.
He's funny because you like him. A lot of comics
maybe
do this
you're right.
game.
But what I like about him though is that he likes to hang around comics and study comics.
He does.
And like go on podcasts and talk to comics about comedy.
Yeah.
And he'll like talk about comedy the way I want to ask him about practice. You know?
Yeah, but I don't get to
Because-
go shoot around. With,
Where
you know
it's
what I mean?
like Gronkowski, and I'm a New Englander and a Patriot fan, so I love Gronkowski. I didn't know he even tried stand-up. He just had a special come out. So I don't know if he just
Who,
said...
Gronk?
Yeah, he had something on Showtime or
Oh, right. He
something.
like featured other people. Right.
And then all of a sudden he's just got a special. I was like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't see him anywhere.
on Netflix, right?
I guess. Who cares?
Netflix-
Everybody has a fucking special. Kids from Stranger Things are going to do
You
a
got a
goddamn
special on.
sketch show.
You have a special on Netflix.
Yeah, I know, but I earned the goddamn special.
Ooh, look at that! Look at that heat coming off of Brad. You're smoking right now, dude.
Yeah, you think this is Justin from Undateable?
It is.
I fucking swear.
No, but it is though. It still is Justin from Undateable. There's no doubt.
Actually, that's great character work, by the way. Justin didn't have a beard.
that was the only difference.
And he drank lemon drops, and he liked Disney love. And Brent was a very deeply disturbed, Zoloft-taking whiskey drinker at the time. So,
But now you like lemon drops in Disney movies, so it's back to
very
square
true.
one, man.
Back
See
to
how
Justin.
this is cyclical? See how it goes back around?
I got to do a movie about heroin.
To get tough, to get
So
credit.
people go, whoa.
Whoa, this dude's tough. That's kind of like Vince Vaughn had a movie just come out last year, or maybe it was this year in 2018, about fuck, what was it called? People are gonna be like, oh, you don't fucking about like he went to prison. It's like fighting in prison and
Oh,
shit.
yeah, I saw that
Cell
somewhere.
Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Damn.
Dude, but I think it's because for so many years, Vince Vaughn, as we know him, was this fucking hysterical, fast-talking character actor who was like amazing at that thing,
My
right?
number one I want to work with.
Swingers set the tone for what Vince would be for the good majority of his career.
Oh, yeah.
Because Swingers was pretty much just a freshman or sophomoric version of what you saw in Wedding Crashers.
Oh, 100%.
It was the same character.
And you could see one of the things I do notice too,
And it
about guys
crushed,
like
by the way.
Vince, and you see this with guys like Will Ferrell, actors who aren't necessarily funny.
Yeah.
Their idea of funny is imitating people like Vince or Will.
But that's
Like,
right, because those guys are fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
But you know
That's
what's so?
just their voice.
But are those guys like I suffer from the same thing in terms of like I want to be as funny as I can.
Sure.
Like right now I'm shooting this FX pilot and
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to be as funny as I can. But then there's moments where I'm like, it's funny to be not funny too. Like Will Ferrell did a movie called Everything Must Go. It was really
yeah.
sad about an
I
alcoholic
remember that,
father who has to
yeah.
sell everything on his lawn.
Uh-huh.
It was wonderful, man. And
I really liked it.
I don't think it got a lot of acclaim.
No.
But like sometimes funny actors don't want to be that funny because they're like, I just want you to see me as a dude sometimes.
And it's easier for a comedian to go into a dramatic role than it is for a dramatic actor to go into a comedy. In my mind.
Yeah, no,
You know?
well, yeah, that's because comedy is hard to do. So if you already
Yeah.
have the comedy, I still think you have to work hard to be good at drama as a
Sure,
comedian.
sure.
But yes, you're right. I also think
Because
many
I
people.
read some drama scripts and I go, what the hell what do I do with that?
What are you
I
gonna bring
just
to
say
it?
it?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what else to do.
Deliver me a dramatic line. Here's the line. Deliver me this line.
Okay. Watch this.
He drove away, and I don't think he's ever coming back.
Okay.
Go turn away and give it to me.
Where am I? Who am I saying this to?
Oh, you want me to set up the whole tone?
Yeah.
Okay. So he drove away. I don't think he's ever coming back. You're a young 18-year-old boy who is now has to be the man of the house. You have to run the farm.
Okay.
And your father, who's a drunk, has left home.
Great.
What you think is the last time.
Got it.
Yeah.
And who are you, though?
I'm your fucking mother.
Okay. So, now I got to run the thing. All right. He drove away. And he's never coming back.
Oh, eat your fucking pancakes, you little. That's good. That was really good.
Thank you.
He's never
Thank you.
coming back.
It's never.
I believed it.
Because he's 18. He's not going to give him her full dramatic.
Yeah, that's
he's
good.
going to have a wall.
He's put up a wall.
Mom, he drove away. He's never coming back. Let it go.
Here's how I would do it.
Nice. Here it is.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
I mean, and we're at breakfast.
Great.
That's why I said the pancakes, right? I mean, say what do you think happened? You're my mom. Say what do you think happened?
What do you think happened?
Oh no, Dad's gone. He's not coming back.
Can I tell you something? Brilliant. Here's why. Because you're special, obviously.
Yes,
and
see?
that's going to get
See?
you nominated.
No, Dad's gone. He's not coming back. But I'm stoked about it.
Oh, I'd be in a theater crying. It's like when I
Oh, he doesn't know.
to call back me skipping school to see movies. I remember I was on my outside desk and I went, "Oh, Radio just came out," and I went and saw Radio. I'm Radio. Remember that movie?
I loved Radio.
I loved Radio. I was crying in that movie.
Ed Harris, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh yeah.
He played a handicapped dude who got picked on by the football team,
And
then
that was good because he went full and it was still, it worked.
he was so good.
He was a great actor.
Isn't it ever
He's
weird?
still around. Isn't he got a resurgence?
Oh, he's
now?
awesome. No, he's fucking incredible. Isn't it ever weird that comics get to play mentally handicapped people and we're like totally chill about it? Isn't it weird kind of that we're like that like people you're like you get to live in this character so deeply and people are like, "Wow, man, that's awesome." But there are mentally handicapped actors you could just hire.
I was going to say, yeah, you're right.
It's a little weird.
That is weird.
It's a little weird. I mean, it's kind of like if a white dude did blackface
That's true.
and you're like, "There's black people, dude." And you're like, "I know, but I want to do it."
It's like when they hire a lot of British actors to play like American.
I'm so tired of these. I'm so tired of this fucking business, hiring motherfuckers to play like. What? Stop that.
This is my impression of most actors doing like a drama today. They do it. Hey, yo, what up, man? And then cut to them in the interview with a scarf. Well, it's like when I did the role, I thought, Compton is something. I'm like, you don't even know how to say it.
Compton.
When we were shooting NWA,
It was such a great experience. Cut to the scene. He's
Yeah.
like, "You better back the fuck up before I fucking chop your dick off, motherfucker."
and that was a scene where I took a lot of my pent-up youth and aggression, and basically I just reshaped some of the anger from me not getting
When I was
extra
playing
biscuits.
Tallywhack over in Cheshire Square.
Chester Square.
Man, I really know nothing.
They don't let us play them as much as we let them play us, and I'm
very true.
fucking sick of it. I think Bill Burr had a funny quote about how he was tired of foreigners making fun of America. Like he was like, "I'm not trying to dump on."
Oh, I think I heard this. Yeah.
That kid, the Daily Show. He's like, "I'm not trying to dump on him." But he's like, "We can shit on us just fine. I don't need a foreigner to come and also shit on us." But it is true. It is weird how
John Oliver, Trevor Noah.
Well, those are the
Jim
two.
Jeffries.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Jim. Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
But
Didn't he say something? He goes,
I like-
"Don't act like your world like there isn't fat people in Europe."
Yeah. Because they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
They did. Well, you kidding me? In fucking England.
These fucking whores.
In England, they dip
could do a good Bill Burr.
French fries in mayonnaise. I thought that was the weirdest. When I first went
Yeah.
there, I was like, "Yeah, ketchup." He's like, "No, we got mayo." And I was like, for what?" He's like, "For your chips." I was like, "No, I'm not dipping French fries in mayonnaise. You're fucking insane." Egg fat yolk on your French fry? Get the fuck out of here. Give me a tomato.
Have you done London yet?
No, and you know what's funny? I put out a poll to see how many people wanted me to go where, and
Yeah.
London was huge.
Yeah, you would do well. In
And I
London.
can't believe that.
You should do.
Because I love that fucking place, and I thought,
It's
maybe.
so great. I mean,
You did, yeah.
I did
oh,
a
dude,
week
when we
there.
were in
It's so
Montreal,
hard.
you were about to go to London.
Yeah, and it was so great. That audience is great because they listen, and you're a story guy like me, so like you got to pay attention.
Yeah,
you know?
they actually
pay
listen.
attention. I remember trying to make jokes. Sometimes when you play a new city, for any comics out there who are new, when you play a new city, it's nice in the first like 2 minutes to talk about where you are.
The city itself, yeah.
Don't think about it. I mean, I don't think about it. I don't write it down. I might even be walking to the venue and see something and then bring it up on stage.
Right.
Just brings them in. I tried that in London. They could not give two shits about. They're like, just do your performance.
Yeah, they don't like
so
local
the first
bullshit.
time I was bombing for the first 4 minutes and then went into my act, and then they were just listening and going, good, this is a show. I'm going to watch a show. So after that, I stopped doing any like first time in London.
That's very indicative of America, because when you travel in the States, dude, the first thing out of your mouth, if you're like Pittsburgh, you know what I mean, and they're like, they fucking lose it.
What is with you guys and your sandwiches?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have sandwiches here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's funny. London, I do want to do. There's a bunch of new dates that I'm gonna do coming up in the new year.
Yeah.
I'm doing the first date I do is I go to the DC Improv.
I love that club.
I'm sorry, Arlington Draft House. Look at that.
That's good too.
Look at that. Look at what I just did. I just fucked up. We had just talked about it prior, and so I got in my head. No, I'm doing the Arlington Draft House, which is kind of next to DC. at the end of January. And you know what? I'm happy that because I usually don't go out at the beginning of the year because I'm like, the weather shit. The year's just starting. I'm trying to like figure out what I'm doing for the year. But like, I just want to get the fuck out and get out of LA for a little while. I'm going to Chicago for Christmas, and then New Year's I'm going to Vegas to see Gwen Stefani.
Really?
Yeah,
you know
dude.
her?
Huh?
Do you know her?
Nah, it's none of your business.
Hey, I just don't see you traveling
It's
for
none of-
Gwen.
No. Well, so here's what
I
it
feel
is.
like you would know Gwen.
We got some friends. We have some good friends that are like mega fans, and it was kind of like a cute little get together
that's
suggestion
nice.
thing. But then afterwards, Dylan Francis, who's a DJ who did this podcast, he's in Vegas, and so is Little Dicky. They're both performing.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go and hopefully hook up with both of those dudes. And when I say hook up, I mean have sex. I'm not gonna watch them perform.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
There's
Not a
nothing
fucking
gay
loser.
about having a good time.
Dude, there's nothing gay about fucking some of your buds.
And actually, gay is a good time.
Yeah, gay is a good time.
wish I was gay.
The New Year's is not really my thing. Are you doing something for New Year's?
I have to go. I can't
Are you
say
performing?
have to go. I'm going to Hawaii for Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Because my little brother, the doctor, is last year residency. They send him to certain places, so they're sending him to the hospital in Honolulu.
Oh, what a tough gig.
I know, for 5 weeks, and my mother loves him more. So she's like, we should go be with him for the holidays. I'm like, oh yeah, I've lived in LA for 14 years, but you've never come here. Sure. When do you want to go? She goes New Year's Eve, or she goes Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day. I go, Mom, what are you, Beyonce? It's going to cost thousands of dollars.
That's an expensive
You're
trip.
teachers. Like,
Yeah.
What are you doing? Oh, you want me to try to pay for it? I can't afford it. I spend poorly.
Are your parents still working or are they done?
Yeah, they went back, you know.
They went back. So they quit for a while and then they went back?
Yeah, they both wanted to teach again. Well, my mom has, she works with special ed kids now, and then, so I go to see her a lot. And, bam, good bit, Brent. And then I was in special ed. So that's not a
land.
joke. I was in resource, and I had to have Ritalin crushed up in yogurt every day. So,
That was a choice.
yeah, it was good, dude. It got me going.
Got me going.
I started snorting the Ritalin. Man, I'm focused.
They went back
Just one
to
more.
they went back to school because they felt like they needed to?
Yeah, my dad more. My dad loved it so much. And then
What did they do in the summers, by the way? Did they work?
bother me? Yeah, my dad. They would, because
one of my
teachers
favorite-
don't get paid enough, so they would have to go work
Right.
sometimes and do like summer schools or do like teach at a college. But then other than that, it was just golf and bother me. You
One of
know?
my favorite teachers, and he would paint in the summer.
Yeah.
I thought that was crazy because I was like, I know he might need another job. I get that financially, but painting in the summer sounds like a fucking nightmare. Like in the middle of the heat, like July, like fucking painting houses in the heat of Chicago. I was like,
paint! Like I thought you meant
paint.
like actually.
Oh
oil
no, man,
painting.
he was a painter. He loved to paint.
I remember doing that. My dad would work sometimes. We had tobacco fields near us, and he would work the tobacco fields sometimes.
God, your life is such like a fucking Norman Rockwell fucking.
I remember
scene.
that just a little bit, but then he would teach college.
Daddy was
colleges
out in
and
the
stuff.
tobacco fields.
He loved teaching too much. They both did, but
That's
yeah.
funny because you're someone that doesn't really love to learn.
It's amazing.
You're not
how
a student
much-
of anything, really.
I hate being a student. I've always taught myself how to swim, ride a bike, ski, play the guitar, sing, everything. I hated anybody trying to
Teaching
tell me.
you? Yeah.
I didn't understand why.
Most comics are anti-authoritative.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah,
And
we
it
don't
was
like that shit.
I don't want anybody to teach me how to do anything. And then that's why I spent time in the hall. But
That's why you're a hall boy.
yeah, the only time, speaking of getting suspended, I didn't get suspended, but the in-school suspension
Yeah.
I had to do because the only thing they had to get me in trouble for is that I stole passes to get out of school.
Oh, yeah.
from a teacher's desk.
Weren't you the permanent hall pass?
Yeah, yeah.
Someone's like, "Where are you going?" You're like, "I know Brent." They're
My
like, "No, okay."
desk. And
Going to Brent's desk.
You know why they did that? Because my Spanish class was my first period class, and my teacher, she was from like Spain, and she would say probably.
She was
would
from
go-
Spain.
She, for no reason, even though I wasn't failing, I had a C- average in all classes. Okay, I made sure I got the C. She would say, "Brent, you're failing," in front of all the kids, and I hated that.
How did she say it in Spanish?
Brent,
Estoy.
I could do it. Estoy falalo. Whatever, dude. I don't
Dude,
need
so
it.
many fans that are fluent in Spanish are gonna listen to this and be like,
Falalo's
"This motherfucker
What if
is."
falalo's so racist?
Yeah, what?
You never know what your
Falalo.
accent will say.
Falalo means like border jumper or some shit. Falalo's real fucked up and racist.
Thank God you took that.
Hey man,
now.
I picked
That's
it up
on
and I
you now.
ran with it.
But I remember
Falalo.
my little protest was its first period.
My Little
I
Protest was like My Little Pony, but that was
it was actually a one-man play I wrote
My
in school.
Little Protest.
Welcome to My Little Protest.
Anarchy. That's how it opened.
This
with
is
a
why
light.
I won't eat green beans, Mom.
In the summer of '94, I remember my mom took me to the game. It's like, oh my God. Even my little brother's like, this is gayer than me. Shut up. Anyway, I remember my protest was I was like, I'm not ready to learn. I need my breakfast. So I brought a full thing of breakfast into class.
What do you mean, like eggs and bacon and shit?
Pancakes, orange
You
juice.
deviant motherfucker.
And I got this other kid that I played baseball with who was a year younger than me to come into class too. I said, leave your backpack in the hallway. I go, we'll get our backpacks when we're ready to learn. So 'cause out of spite, I was mad. So I sat down and because she had already moved me to the front of the class. And I remember silverware. And she's teaching. I put it all out. I'm cutting up I'm buttering the toast. And she goes, Brent, what are you doing? Yeah, I'll be with you after this. And I just remember I wouldn't. She goes, get rid of the breakfast. The other kid like panicked and he went and got his backpack. And I refused to get my
You're like,
backpack.
I am getting rid of it. I'm going to eat all of it right now.
And then she got so mad that she goes, well, you can't eat breakfast in this classroom. And I said, I'm not going to be any good to you until I have my breakfast.
You're such a diva.
So then she goes, well, you can't eat breakfast in here. So I said, well, then I'll eat it in the hall. And I carried my desk into the hall. And that
where
was
you
my
belong.
protest. And then the other teachers started doing that as punishment.
Put Brent in the hall so he
Man,
can finish
I was
his
a little
breakfast.
shit. My parents are teachers, too. That was so shitty.
You are. That's a piece of shit move. I never ate breakfast when I was a kid. I had cinnamon rolls. And you know what?
It was expensive. I couldn't do it every day. That was my protest.
Yeah, it was expensive. My mom
spent
would
my
leave me
lunch
like
money on
a
it.
couple of bucks on the desk downstairs, for like lunch. And what I would do is I would save it every day.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't spend it. So I'd just steal lunch.
Smart.
I would steal people's lunches. Or I would go.
I could see you getting away with that.
But not
I'd be
in
scared
not
of
in
you.
a bully way.
Oh.
Not in a bully way. I would just go up to like people I knew and be like, "Yo, let me get that?" And they'd be like, "What?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
but they
"That-"
were scared of you. They're like, yeah, sure.
No, I'd be like, that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you don't want the rest of that, right? And they'd be like, no. So I'd have that, and then I'd be like, yo, can I get that fucking banana? Get the banana. I would just collect. So then by the end of the week, I would have the money, a couple, what is that, $10 or
Sure.
Whatever was left over. And then I might have $10.
They used to give me free lunch because the cafeteria ladies love me.
We didn't have
So-
I
they
got
used
free
to
lunch
give me
because
shit all
we
the
would
time.
we would steal all the time. Hoodies were great when I was in school because you could
Sure.
the hoodie front pouch pocket,
yeah.
man, easy for a cheeseburger to slide
Like
right the
it's-
fuck
yeah,
in
it's-
there. I was a thief, dude.
Chicken fries, baby.
I was such a piece of shit thief. When we were in high school, bro, there was a liquor store up the street from my high school, and we were puffy jackets in the winter. Remember the puffy jackets were crazy?
Of course,
Missy
you're
Elliott.
in Illinois too.
Yeah, it was cold
It's
as
gotta
fuck.
Be so cold. Missy Elliott.
The
That's a
Missy
good one.
Elliott puffy jacket
Yeah,
generation.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would go to the liquor store. We'd have some kid in there distracting, like just being a fucking asshole,
Mm-hmm.
And I would walk down, and I remember everybody loved flavored Smirnoff. They still do all these fucking flavors, but like flavored Smirnoff and Bacardi. Oh, Bacardi and Bacardi, different flavors. And I would slide the bottles of booze in the arms of my jacket, of my puffy jacket. I'd get 2 or 3 in there, easy.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'd walk right the fuck out.
That's impressive.
Yeah, we did it all the time.
I was too scared to steal.
I stole so much stuff because I was like, I want it, but I can't afford it.
Yeah.
So I stole
kidnapped,
it.
but that was it.
What? Mine's
Wow.
way better. Kidnapping people?
Yeah, because
Yours is a felony.
No. It was we all settled it. Maybe you found out I was
No.
kidnapping
The
people.
guy, hey.
It's a kid. It was a kid.
It's a kid. We stole
Somebody
a
owed
child.
money. Didn't give money. Kid got stolen. Kid returned.
You make it so basic. Look, he owed me money. Didn't pay me
Yeah.
money. We get the kid. We tie him up with a gun in his mouth. We knock out his teeth. Yada yada. You get it. We gave
Bullets
him
in the
back.
gun. Teeth grew back. We're good.
We're good. We're good. Yeah, I stole so much stuff. I was really bad. I don't know
Did you
why.
ever get caught?
Honestly, dude, not really. I mean, like, and if I did, it was
this
like
is what I like to hear.
Yeah, it was
'Cause
like
I'm so
minor
sick
shit.
of like repercussion
oh yeah
stories.
Yeah, I didn't get.
Sometimes bad things happen, and nothing happens
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah,
nothing happens.
You know that show, I Almost Got Away with It? You know what that is? Where they talk about like people that like tried to. It's usually
Oh,
moving
yeah.
drugs
I know what
across
you mean.
borders.
Sure.
I want to make one called "I Got Away with It."
Yeah, I got
and
away
just
with
tell
it.
the fucking story of
And
like
tell a
I
bunch
got
of
away
them.
with so much bullshit when I was a kid.
That's actually a good little Netflix show. I got away with it. You could start with like things like that, and then another episode could be like an actual jewelry heist, and you just kind of black them out,
Or you're just like a full on murder. We just get people to be like, dude, look, I'm a murderer, dude, and they haven't caught me.
If that didn't win every Peabody or every award, if you found a way to get murderers to be comfortable enough to be like, yeah, I killed her.
Well, like this, they're in this kind of
Yeah.
environment. They're like, dude, listen, she was talking shit. I fucking anyway, dude, but I'm a good guy. I got away with it. Yeah,
I just had this conversation with a friend the other day. We were watching something, some movie, and I said, it's amazing how easy it is to get away with murder. I bring this up with no
It is.
context, and he goes, "What are you talking about? They always get caught." I go, "No, you only hear about the people that are caught. People
right.
have been murdered so much." I go, "Right now, there's somebody sitting down that's completely fine that murdered somebody 10 years ago."
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way that there isn't so many more unsolved murders than there are solved murders.
There's got to be someone getting murdered right now.
And there's got to be somebody maybe in this office that's murdered.
You think?
You know.
You saw some of the guys when you walked in.
There was a handshake I didn't trust. I could see it in the eyes.
I know exactly who it is. I
knew somebody that was the guy competing for Class Clown with me. He's in jail now for murder for like.
That was the competition.
For like 12 murders.
We competed for Class Clown.
He was, but I think he had killed people in high school because he was one of the kids that came on the bus from the city. He was a drug dealer and a pimp in high school.
A pimp?
Yeah, he was a pimp.
Pimping out other high school girls?
Hoes, yeah.
Damn.
And he used to walk the halls because he'd already been shot. He's seen God, so he was like, I don't need to learn math. And so he would just come up to my desk in the hall and be like, "What are you doing?" I was down in the office talking to the girls, and they say that you're up for Class Clown. I'm going to get it. I go, "No, you're not. I'm going to get it."
That was a superlative at your school, Class Clown?
Yeah, I was really, but they got rid of it our year because
you had
probably
to.
because of us. And then he was like, "Prove it." So we would go to each classroom during class, and he would flirt with the teachers, and I would make all the kids laugh, and we would ask who they thought was funnier. And then
the teachers were like, "You're funny, Brent, but this guy's got a nice hog."
And he was really confident, man.
Yeah, he probably fucked a few teachers.
Yeah, he had to. I mean, this guy had it. And he was built like Martin Lawrence, but he was like,
He was built like Martin Lawrence.
He was a little man, but he was...
Gina!
He had this car with all these hoes after school, like, "Yo, B, I'll see you later." I'm like, "Yeah."
You're on your bike.
And I'm a white guy, so any black kid that said, "What up, B," I was the coolest thing in the world.
I'm B, Mom.
Yeah.
Call me B. She's like, "Shut the fuck up, Brent."
Go eat your Cheerios. And did I hear you had another breakfast this morning? Well, I got to start my day. And then a friend of mine sent me, goes, "Hey, did you hear about I'm not going to say his name. Did you hear?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "He got arrested." I go, "For what?" "Multiple homicide. Apparently he's like a drug kingpin."
Aww.
He had climbed the ranks, which I thought, good for him.
Good for him. Not all stories end well.
And then he got acquitted because people were too scared to testify because people were getting killed. And then finally now he's in jail for life.
So come out and clip you.
But point to that story, I am funnier.
You're funny and it's working. Plug where people want to see you and look up all your stuff. BrentMorin.com.
My apartment.
Come to your fucking apartment.
Here's a side note for anybody who knows me. I need this to be out there.
Yeah.
Stop giving me shit for the website. The website is bad on purpose because I haven't done anything to it.
What is it? BrentMorin.com?
It's BrentMorin.com.
We're going to go look at it.
You can type in net, anything. I don't give a shit. It will show up. I'm going to put new tour dates before Christmas time for January and February. And it's going to fill up like crazy. Also, I did a movie called The Outdoorsman that I was 30 pounds heavier for. Go watch that.
When does that come out?
It's out on Amazon and all those streaming sites. Pay to see me. Go watch that with Shashir Samata, very funny girl.
Shashir Zamata
From SNL.
I
Very
like her.
And Rick Shapiro, who's a hilarious comic.
Also funny.
Could not stop making me laugh when I did it. And Rick Glassman, our beautiful autistic friend.
Yeah, artistic.
Well, no, he's on the spectrum.
Yeah, he
now.
is on the spectrum.
And I was over his place yesterday. He had shoulder surgery. His mom flew out for that. So,
Mama
34.
Glassman. I love those people.
Last night. Oh, they said hi, by the way.
I fucking love those people.
Hey, come here last night, but I didn't.
Nah, we worked it out.
What else do I got going on?
Plug it's your Twitter and your Instagram. What is that? So people can come follow you and all that bullshit.
BrentMorin.
Okay. I'm gonna look like I'm following you right now.
What if I did?
Okay.
By the way, you ever deal with that? It's such a Hollywood thing where somebody that used to follow you, you didn't even know, unfollowed you, and then you hang out or shoot something with them, and then they're on their phone like, you're talking about something. They're like, so anyway, and then
they follow you.
I'm like, and I always call them out. I go,
you didn't follow me.
You unfollowed me? And they go, what do you mean? You just followed me.
That's how it goes.
It's the life we live, huh?
It's the life we live. Come see your boy Cheeto Santino. Go to andrewsantino.com for tickets. In January, kids, I'm going to be January 19th.
That's a smart move.
January 19th, I'll be in Bakersfield at the Trembler Brewing Company, Bakersfield. And then January 24, 25, 26, I'll be at the Arlington Draft House. Come see me out there. Go online. Get your motherfucking tickets. Do your thing.
Wait 1 second. I got to do this. Do what you did. See, this is why people don't come.
Yeah, you got to fucking... They got to know where you are, dude. You got to tell them.
Oh, and I'm going to do a podcast sometime.
Nah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I said that like the kid that like works in like the small town. Like,
podcast.
one day I'm going to get out of here, boys. I don't know what town he lives in. All right. Here's... Oh, ew. Oh, no, here's where I'll be. January and February. I don't need to promote a lot of these.
We're going to cut all this.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to be at Laugh Out Loud in San Antonio on January 18th to the 20th in Texas. I know somebody just asked me if I'm going to be in Texas. That's where I'll be. Oh, St. Louis. I'm looking forward to that during Valentine's Day.
Ooh, February.
God. It's like my reps know I have no one. At Helium. And then I'll be at Mohegan Sun again which is like a home. I don't need to tell you.
Connecticut.
That's basically hometown.
Yeah,
so
but
that's
I
gonna
played
be
it a
hell.
bunch.
Oh, Punchline in Atlanta. Denver Comedy Works at some point. Well, that's in the summer. All right, so just
Go to BrentMorin.com
Just
and
go to the
peep all these
bullshit
dates.
there and just shut up. How about that? How about you go fuck yourself?
Hey.
And go see us at the Comedy Store, the Improv, the Laugh Factory. We're there every weekend.
I love that.
You know, because we're gonna go make people laugh.
Thanks for coming, Brent.
Dude, I'm staying.
Whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.